Today is Wednesday, November 20th, 2019. My name is Edna Sussman. I'm a reference librarian at the Half Hollow Hills Community Library in Dix Hills, New York. We're here at the Long Island State Veterans Home, Stony Brook, New York. We're interviewing Nicole A. Farley, a Vietnam Navy veteran, as part of our Veterans Testimonial Project and in collaboration with the Library of Congress's Veterans History Project. Thank you so much, Nikki, for your service and for participating in our project
Oh,
today.
you're very welcome.
Thank you. Nikki, where and when were you born?
I was born in Queens in 1953. And when I was 6 months old, we moved to Europe.
Europe?
I basically lived around the world. We moved until I was 13.
Wow. Was your dad in the military?
Well, my father was a captain in World War II, but he also worked for the government as a electronics engineer. So he held the rank of lieutenant colonel.
In which branch?
In the Navy.
In the Navy.
Yeah.
So what were your parents' names and what did they do? What did your mom do?
My father's name was John Martin Farley, and as I said, he was an electrical engineer. And my mother was Gloria Hope Gray, and she worked for I believe it's the American Press. It's the overall news that they used back then. There was one branch, and I forget the name
Sure,
of it.
that's okay. Yeah.
But she was a journalist.
Journalist, wow. Did you have any siblings?
I did. I had a brother, Christopher, who was about 18 months older than me, and we adopted my sister, Susie, from Thailand when we were there.
Oh, nice.
And she's about, I think, 8 years younger than me.
Did either of them serve in the military?
No. No, just me.
Did you pick the Navy because of your dad, or?
No, my father was actually in the Army.
Oh.
Which is why I picked the Navy, because I didn't want to go where he was.
Okay.
So I picked the Navy. Plus, I did some research and I talked to the recruiter, and the recruiter told me when I took my aptitude test that I was matched as a photographer.
Photographer?
Yeah, and I said, well, I've never taken pictures.
No.
He said, well, if you join, you're guaranteed photography school, but you gotta go do KP duty after there for a certain time.
Oh.
So he was very honest with me, where the other recruiters really weren't.
Okay.
So I joined the Navy.
And you did that photography?
Yes, I did. I was actually an aerial photographer,
Wow, nice.
which was a nice gig.
Yes. Aerial, so you had to be in planes a lot.
Yeah. And I worked on the cameras. The P3 had front nose camera. The H3 had an underbelly camera. I was on the USS Enterprise to do touch and goes with the S3 to film that. I didn't stay. I just got helicoptered in, helicoptered out.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll get into that more in a second. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was fun.
Fun. So what were you doing before you entered the service?
I had gone to Holland for 6 months on vacation.
To where, I'm sorry?
Holland. Where I lived, where I grew up for 8 years. I spent a good part of my time when I was growing up in Holland, and then we would go visit the Alps, Sweden, all of that all around. And when I came back from my vacation, there wasn't really much going on then. So I just one day decided to join the Navy.
What year was that?
1972.
72. So
July 13th. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So you finished high school first, and then so you didn't go to college in between.
Yeah, I went for half a semester.
Oh, in Europe?
And no, in college in Steubenville, Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. Okay.
Yeah, Dean Martin lived there.
Did he?
That was their claim to fame.
Oh, that's cute. But you decided not to stay.
No. No, college life wasn't for me.
Ah, okay.
So I said, look, I went to the Marines. I didn't go to the Air Force, but I went to the Marines and the Army and the Navy, and the Navy was what I wanted.
It was the one. So how does that work? You go, you get interviewed, or you interview them, each branch a little bit?
No, they interview you, but what happens is they give you an aptitude test if you're serious.
Ah.
And when I talked to recruiters from the Army and the Marine Corps, I knew I didn't want to go to the Marines. And like I said, the Army, my dad was in, so when I went to the Navy, they do an aptitude test, and that tells you what your aptitude is. And they said, well, your aptitude test says you were a photographer. So I said, all right. I signed the bottom line because I was 18.
Uh-huh.
I didn't need my parents to sign or anything.
Right, right. Wow.
So I joined, went home, told my father, and left the next day for boot camp.
Where was boot camp?
Pensacola.
Florida.
Oh, no. Pensacola was school. Pensacola, no. I had to tip my tongue. It was in Florida.
Basic was in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Orlando.
Orlando, okay.
Orlando, Florida is where basic was.
And how long was the basic? What was it like?
Basic was an education in itself.
That
You get there, and I had a really good drill sergeant who was supposed to be with you the entire time you're at basic.
Oh.
So she said to me when I got there, she says, you're not going to make it. I said, really? What makes you say that? She says, well, you look like you're a rebel. I said, all right, I'll make you a deal. I don't make it, that's fine, then you're right. I do make it, then you leave a six-pack of beer on my bunk.
I love it.
So she said, all right, that's a deal. And she was tough on me.
Wow.
But I made it, and the day I graduated, there was a six-pack of beer
really?
on my bunk.
Wonderful. How long was the basic?
6 weeks, no, more than 6 weeks. It must have been 8 weeks. Yeah.
And how was it for you adjusting to the military?
It was, they don't give you too much time to think about it. It's like they have you under their thumb from morning to night. You know, they tell you when to get up, when to eat. Then you're in classes, and you're out on the drill field. You know, they teach you how to shoot. And when you go to school, you learn, like I learned photography, but because I was getting the area photography part of it too, I had to go up and get certified in the planes.
Oh, really?
So I had to jump once, never do it again.
Wow.
But I mean, boot camp, they have you doing something 24 hours a day. And usually they let you sleep for about 5.
Oh, wow.
So
It's a long day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They made sure that you slept, and so they had you under their thumb, but it was good because you didn't have time to. I'm trying to think of the word. You didn't have time to
Worry about it.
worry about it or really think about it that much.
So, other than that, your main instructor there, do you remember any others? What were they like?
Well, my group was pretty good. We kind of got, in the first week, kind of figured out who's going to make it and who's not.
Really?
Yeah, because you can kind of tell, because they start right away as soon as you get there. And after we got rid of, I think there was like 5 girls, they either wanted to go home because they've got 3 days. Even though they signed the contract, they've got 3 days.
To get out.
To get out.
What if they want to get out after the 3?
No.
Can't do.
Can't do it. That's court martial. No, I mean, you could probably get a humanitarian, but it has to be not for good reason.
Oh, I see.
Because once you sign those papers, that's it. You're in the military.
Wow.
You know, and at the time, the guys were getting drafted like crazy.
Yep.
So the females were the ones that wanted to be there. You know, except for the few that decided maybe they were put there by the courts or, you know, they thought that it would be something for them and it really wasn't. Then they could get out, but there was only 4 in my group. And the rest of us, we were really good friends.
Nice. Oh, that's great. They helped each other there for each other.
Yeah, we helped each other, so everybody made it through the physical part, because some people couldn't get, you have to do 2 pull-ups, sit-ups, and that's hard.
Oh, I could never do those.
So we kind of helped each other on all the exercises, and at night we would help each other with the, you know, learning military code and who salute and who you don't salute.
Oh, I see.
You know, and most importantly in the Navy, then you also had to learn the officers in the Army and the Air Force and the Marines, because you had to salute them.
I see.
And if you didn't salute them, you heard about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that was a tough time, 72. I mean, did you?
Yeah, it was, because Vietnam was still going strong.
Yep.
But as I said, most of the women went in because that's where they wanted to be.
Yeah, nice.
And
were you worried about being sent abroad?
Not really, no. I would have rather been sent abroad.
Okay.
But I got into the field where I didn't go. My feet never touched Vietnam, but I was in a plane, and we would do some things.
Above Vietnam?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because, as I said, I was an aerial photographer. So now the pictures are declassified, because I have one where a submarine is coming up, I caught that. And then we did a lot of aerial.
American submarine or?
No, American.
Wow.
But then there was another, it was all, you know, aerial work to help the guys. Like one guy was in the Mekong Delta with a $3 million camera, because these cameras were expensive.
Probably big too.
No. They weren't really big because the intricate parts of them were so different than some of the others. I also had a Leica that anybody could buy off the street.
Really?
You know? Yeah, you had the really expensive one, and then you had the ones like you buy in the camera shop. So
had you ever done photography before?
No.
So you learned all of this during your training?
Yeah, well, I had A school was to learn how to be a photographer. So you had to do a photo collage on a theme, and I happened to be, I think it was Christmas time, and that was our final project. And I did one on the kids at Christmas time. So I followed a bunch of kids around and get their faces and things like that.
Kids from where?
Oh, I would go to the PX and see them looking at the toys.
Nice, yeah.
Or, you know, see them looking at the Christmas trees. You know, wherever I could catch kids that were happy it was, you know, it was Christmas.
Right.
Kids were excited.
Nice.
You know, I talked to a few of them. You know, when Santa Claus coming? Oh, he's coming soon, he's coming soon. I said, okay, he's coming. And were you a good girl? Yes, I was a good girl.
Sweet.
So it was fun. It was fun.
So you learned different equipment for photography?
Oh, yes.
Was your training longer than basic training because of that?
Yeah, it was 2 months.
2 months of photography training?
That was A school. A school, we had different schools. So A school was basic photography.
Okay.
And then B school was motion picture photography. And B school, I learned how to use aerial cameras.
That's a lot different.
Oh, yeah.
Being so high up and...
Well, it's not only being high up, it's they've got the cameras in airplanes, like I said, the P3 had a nose camera, so you had to make sure that it was working properly and it was taking pictures. So you were on the plane to make sure it was taking the pictures you wanted.
So that was part of the plane? The camera?
Yeah, the camera was part of the nose.
Oh, I
It had
see.
a nose camera and it would fit in the nose
Wow.
there.
So you had to learn how to
Yeah,
work that.
yeah.
Wow.
And then with the S3, which happened to be a new plane back in '72, that I had to do the radar work on it, because the radar, I believe, and I could have it backwards, I believe the regular radar is green, this radar in the S3 was orange. So we couldn't use the photography coordinates for the green on the orange.
Oh, okay.
So we had to play around until we could photograph the radar, because that was another one of the things that either we photographed or one of the pilots photographed.
Oh, I see.
Was the radar work.
But when you were done with your photography training, what? And the training was all in the United States,
Oh, yeah, no, everything was in the United States. It was all in Pensacola.
Pensacola. So then, where did they send you after that?
After that, I was sent to Air Test and Evaluation Squadron 1 in Pax River, Maryland. And
What was the town?
Patuxent River, Maryland. And they had a naval base there, a naval air station. So the squadron I was sent to was where they did air test and evaluation on all different things. So they needed photographers for everything.
Oh,
So, and then sometimes, excuse me,
sure.
sometimes we would go on to detachments with them.
To
jets.
to
Like
where?
I went to Key West, Florida. I went to Rosie Roads for just 2 or 3 days.
Where is that?
Rosie Roads is Puerto Rico.
Ah,
So it was my main base was DX1. That was the initials for my squadron.
and where was that?
In Patuxent, Maryland.
Okay.
Naval Air Station,
Okay.
Patuxent, Maryland. So that's where we were stationed.
Okay.
And then we would go on different deployments. That for 2 days here or 3 days here. And if they needed us, like I got my first commendation. The first time I went up as a photographer, I went up with the captain of the squadron, because he had to do, they were doing some kind of work, and I had to do photography. And to be honest, I don't even remember what it was.
Do you
But
remember where you were going? Where it was?
no, we were just flying. We weren't. So, but then when I came back, there was a letter of commendation from the captain in my jacket. And that was the first time I ever did any photography work.
Wow.
So that made me very happy.
Sure. So where else were you deployed to?
Let's see, we went to Key West, we went to Rosie Road.
When you went to, you said you flew over Vietnam.
Yeah,
So when was that?
that was in '73. We flew to Puerto Rico, and from there we flew to, and I don't know where it is. It wasn't in Vietnam, it was outside of Vietnam. We took a plane from that base, and they wanted us to do pictures of some of the rivers where the guys were getting really knocked off with, bombs, things like that. So we flew over that to see if we could find out what was going on.
Were you in a plane or helicopter? Or?
Oh no, I was in both.
You were? Wow.
Because I used to, with area photography, I also used to hang out of helicopters and take pictures.
Wow.
The first time I had to do it, I hated it because one of our guys crashed the plane in Pax River. I don't know what happened. And he was in the bushes, the trees and stuff, and we had to go take pictures before they could do anything.
Where was that?
Pax River, Maryland. Because that's where I don't know if you ever heard of the Harrier.
No.
Well, that's a helicopter that can go straight up and then fly like a jet.
Oh.
It's called the Harrier, and it was a brand new plane. And that came out of Pax River to the Marines. That essentially went to the Marines. But that was their new plane. It was called the Harrier. And what happened, because I remember 3 of us looked up and I said, there's something wrong because that thing's going straight up and it's flying like a jet. And we're all like amazed because we didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
We had no idea it was secret. We all had top secret.
Oh, there was secret. You had top secret
We all
clearance.
had top secret clearances.
Wow. So when you were deployed abroad, to Vietnam, you didn't go from the United States to Vietnam and back, or where did you stay or sleep, or how did you do that?
No, we went, and I hate to say it, I don't remember the names of the bases. We would fly halfway to, like, Hawaii,
Okay.
and we'd stay in Hawaii. I don't remember the base.
At an American base?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it used to be used for R&R. For the guys from Vietnam, they would send them there for their R&R. So we would stay there. Then we would go to a little place right outside of Vietnam. It wasn't in Laos.
Cambodia? Or no?
No, we weren't allowed in Cambodia.
It was American base.
Yeah, a little American base. And from there, we would fly over Vietnam because I was never allowed to put my feet on the ground as a female.
Kind of a good thing.
Yeah. And then we would go for maybe like 6 hours, do the pictures, come back to this little, I wish I remembered the name of it, but
That's
I
okay.
don't.
But that's pretty dangerous stuff to fly over Vietnam.
It was.
Yeah.
But,
Wow. Did you ever get under fire?
no.
Oh.
Thank God. I had a lot of guys that it was their job to keep me safe.
So how many personnel was on a plane at any one time when you were taking
Well,
pictures?
it could be, like in the S3, you only had 5 people. With the P3, you had maybe 20.
Wow, it's a lot.
Because the P3 could be a cargo plane, too.
Oh, I see. But once you were up there and then taking pictures, that was the main mission of
That's
the...
my main mission.
Yeah. And the plane, too, it didn't land in Vietnam.
No,
Yeah.
no. They didn't want them to know we were there
Right.
because we were taking pictures of what they were doing or whoever was coming up from under.
Right. So once you took the pictures, then when you got back to the base, then you transmitted them to...
We actually transmitted them to pictures, but they were all classified.
Right.
Like some of the ones I have taken. See, it's a long story, but I lost a lot of stuff that I took, my commendations and things like that. I had them in a booklet, but because of circumstances, I was homeless and I lost all the stuff I was evicted.
That's too bad.
And I think my cousin may have it, but I don't know. But in there, you can see all the pictures, and on the back, it says classified. But they were unclassified, otherwise I couldn't have gotten my hands on them.
Right. Too bad you don't have them, but you still have them in your memory.
Yeah, especially the submarine. I'll never forget, it was like, there's water here, and then there's this hump coming up.
Wow.
It was interesting. It was very interesting. I think I was planning on staying in, but my father was dying of cancer, and I had a younger sister, as I said, so that changed everything.
You were in for how many years?
4 years.
4 years.
4.5 years, yeah.
When you were up taking pictures, I guess you learned during your training what they were looking for? Or
Yeah.
What were they,
Yeah.
what did they want you to find, or
Nah, I can't.
you're not allowed to say?
No.
Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. Did you, so your planes weren't shot at, but
No. No.
when you were taking pictures, was there a lot of activity going on sometimes on the ground?
Yeah, sometimes there were. And like I said, usually when I was on the planes were all buttoned up, so there was nothing, there were no gunnery men or anything hanging out the door. So
Right.
we were pretty safe. But,
I mean, was there action going on beneath you that you had to take pictures of? Did you see?
once or twice, not that many times, but once or twice. There's a lot of it that back then was all classified because, there was a problem with Laos. They weren't supposed to be there. They were there. There's a problem with Cambodia. They weren't supposed to be there, and they were. And there was supposedly no women ever in Vietnam except nurses. And they can say that truthfully because I was never
weren't.
in Vietnam.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think that's true? There were just the medical personnel, females?
No.
No. Oh, I wonder what they did on the ground.
Believe it or not, they probably had yeomen for all the freaking paperwork they had. But they had intelligence. Women that were intelligence and cryptographic, So there were other women, but they weren't allowed to.
When you, in your group, I mean, were there enough to have you weren't in with the men in bed whenever you slept or stayed?
No. We had the women. There was enough on the whole base.
There was.
Because the whole base was huge. Like we had the one hangar, and you had about 50 hangars in the whole base. So there was like Grumman was there because, like I said, we were working on test planes. We were testing planes and evaluating them. So we had Grumman there. The Marines, they'd come out with the Harrier. They had a hangar there. There was all kinds. It was not small.
Yeah.
We had a whole barracks just for women.
This is in your home base.
Yeah.
But when you stayed abroad, was
Oh yeah, you could just see. So, excuse me.
it's okay.
You for a night, you all slept under the same tent. No big deal, because you were tired yourself by the end of the day.
I bet.
And they're getting you up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh, wow. Vietnam can be cold and hot, right? How was it when you were there?
It was very, very hot.
Really?
Yeah. And it was about, was it July? No, because I didn't spend my birthday there. So it was June. But it was hot.
It was hot.
And then I had friends of mine that were coming back that were cold. It was cold as anything because they were there during the winter.
Wow. But the hot season is probably longer than the cold.
Yeah. And then you had the monsoon season.
Oh, wow. How do you take pictures during that?
You have special equipment for the cameras. Like basically, if I had a camera like that and I was shooting, that camera would be in a plastic bag and there would be a filter over the lens and make sure it's all dry. We wouldn't care about the pot. Make sure it's all dry and we would take pictures like that.
And it all worked?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it took a while to get it, perfect, but that's why we were called test and evaluation.
I see.
Were
you ever injured while you were in the service?
Yes, I had a camera fall on my back, grazed my back from one of the P3s, and I was in a body cast for a while.
Oh my gosh, really?
But this is back in Maryland, so it was...
The medical care was right there.
Yeah, the medical care was right there. And I had to be on medical leave for like a month. So you could go around the base. You weren't, as long as you were in the cast, you could go, and if you could manage.
You could walk with a cast?
Yeah, you could actually, because what happened was I used to lose so much weight, I could put cast over my head.
Why did you lose so? How was the food? No good?
No, we used to, the food was good, but to be honest, I didn't like to eat. I just, I wasn't hungry a lot, so I lost a lot of weight in the beginning.
Okay. How did that happen that the camera fell on your?
Somebody didn't have it screwed in all the way.
Oh, wow.
So somehow it got knocked, and it just this is my back, and it just grazed my back.
Ooh. Wow.
But that's a huge camera.
That must have been painful.
It was.
Wow. So what kind of friendships and camaraderie did you form while serving, and with whom?
Well, there was a group of us called the Three Musketeers. Me and two of my friends. And I haven't kept in touch with them because of the problems that happened after I got out of the Navy, when I went home, because my father died and my sister, so I never really got to keep up with them.
He died while you were away?
No, he died. I actually went home to be there when he died.
I see.
Because he was dying of lung cancer. So I wanted to be there when he passed away. It was me, Julie, and Patty. And we used to hang out all the time, and we happened to all be from VX1. Patty was the XO's, the captain's secretary. Patty was the XO's secretary. Julie worked with ordnance.
So they weren't photographers like you?
No. My friend from photography was actually the boss above me. He was a second class. I was only a third class. So he could be my boss, but he was also my friend.
Nice.
Yeah, and I actually kept in touch with Jerry more than anybody, and we used to hang out after work, after we would be done with work. He had an apartment off base, so we used to hang out over there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Did you keep in touch with him?
No, I really, between everything that happened, was, like I said, was coming home. My father died eventually. I think I came home August 24th, and he died 6 months later.
What year was that? You remember? I mean, you weren't finished with your service yet.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I had to get a humanitarian. I got a good conduct discharge.
Right.
But I got out a little bit early because
of him.
And there was an Army chaplain that lives 2 doors away from me at home.
Okay.
And he was good friends with my dad. And the chaplain was very high up in the Army. So he kind of talked to the Navy. Army talked to the Navy, and Navy talked to the Army. And they gave me an early discharge.
That was nice.
It was only a couple of months.
Yeah. Now, you were in about 5 years, so usually you sign up for, is that normal?
Well,
5
back then, you could sign up for 2 years, 3, 4. And I originally had signed up for 4. But they had asked me, see what happens is you have to have a replacement on board that has your MO, which is I need another photographer there before I could leave. I could leave, but I would leave them hanging. So I said, I'll wait 6 months to get somebody here in 6 months.
Oh, I see.
Otherwise, I'm going home. And that worked.
So that was after the 4 years, you gave him a little extra. I get it.
A little bit extra.
Nice.
And then they put it on the discharge. They had already discharged me because I went in Friday the 13th and I got out Friday the 13th. And It was, I mean, I had a good time, but it was serious business.
Sure, yeah, I bet.
But you had to, especially in my line of work, because you basically couldn't go on if you look in the hangar, the upper parts, the walkways, those are all offices, and those are all secret.
Where were those?
In Patch River, PX1.
Oh, on the base?
Yeah,
Okay.
in our hangar.
Oh.
Because we had all the experimental planes in the hangar, so it was very hard to kind of get into our hangar, you know. So.
Were you allowed to tell your family where you were going?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, and one thing that I think helped a lot, my father was a cryptologist. He did the secret stuff when he was in World War II. He was a captain, and he had top secret clearance. Oh. So I think that helped my top secret clearance.
Sure, wow. Was that hard? I mean, you couldn't talk about certain things.
Now, yeah, kind of was some of the things. You know, something good happened, but we couldn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
That, you know, it was like, okay, so now we just got to talk among the three of us. Because we could talk, you know.
Right, well,
they
that
were
helps.
Involved.
Right.
But you couldn't really tell anybody else.
What are some of the things that happened that you can share while you were flying, good or bad?
Well, I could tell you a story, but...
But you can't?
Right.
You can't?
No, I'm not going to. Not on camera.
That's fine. Okay. How did you stay in touch with family and friends back home? Did you? Or?
Yeah, I did. No, we would write. We would call mostly. And then when I was stationed in Pax River, Maryland, because that was my main base the whole time I was in, my father would come down.
Oh, nice.
And with my sister. And then whenever I got leave, like on the holidays, if you were smart, you could ask for leave months before. Excuse me.
That's okay.
And if you got it, then I'd go home to the family.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You know, I think there was one Thanksgiving I couldn't go home because everybody got their leave in the way before me.
Oh, did they have it on the base for you?
Oh, yeah. They had turkey dinner and, you know. And then, of course, on basic Christmas, that's where I did my final project. They had Christmas dinner and they had Santa for the kids.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You know, and everything was decorated.
Yeah.
I mean, the PX was like maintenance.
Yeah,
you know,
nice.
They just decorated everything.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
What did you do for recreation when you were off duty?
I think I was telling you that either.
Okay, that's okay.
No, yeah, I can tell you.
Okay.
No, I forget.
Now, when you were discharged, it was 77. Where were you on the Maryland base at that time?
Yes, I was. I had to be on the base. I had to be discharged from my unit, which was the X1.
I see. And they had a camera person ready to take your place.
Yeah, they had actually what they had done was built a photography set where they had the development. Had photography where they developed it.
Did you develop it or they?
Yeah. Oh, you had to learn everything.
You did? Wow.
Yeah. You had to learn everything.
Wow.
But they had this little building built and it was only for photography.
Nice.
So it was really nice. When I got out of it, you guys got it made.
Yeah.
Because when I first got there, it was like a little shack we had. And there was like 5 people scrunched together.
Wow.
But
did you use photography after you left the service?
I tried to. The only jobs that were available were for aerial photography. And that part I didn't want to do because all you did was take pictures of roads and things like that for the county or you know, the surveyors, all they did was take, you know, it was very boring.
Boring, yeah. I imagine that the pictures you took were priceless as far as helping the government for...
Yeah, they did help a lot. Yeah,
what they were doing over there.
I have quite a few commendations.
Really? Wow.
And then, of course, I had 3 medals.
Oh, wow. What were they?
National Defense, Vietnam service battle. And I forget the last, because, oh no, this is the wrong hat. I have my Vietnam hat.
Okay.
And it has all 3 medals
Does
on
it? Oh,
on
nice.
the top.
Nice.
But the last one I forget.
Very nice.
Oh, and I had the good conduct medal. Yeah, I forgot.
Terrific. And you have those?
Yeah, those I have.
So how were you received by your family and community when you got home?
By my family, I was received very, very well. By the community, that's a different story.
Oh.
Because even though I was a woman, I was still categorized with all the guys that were drafted and everything that happened over there. So they had advised us not to wear our uniforms home because people were yelling at us, and if you're in uniform, they were spitting at you, things like that, calling you baby killers.
Yeah.
And so
How did you get home from Maryland?
Oh, I took a regular commercial plane.
Oh.
They put you on a regular commercial plane.
So you didn't wear your uniform?
No.
Wow.
But when I got home, I said, okay, I forget where we're going. And my father asked me if I would. I said, sure, I'll wear it. You know.
How awful. But your family appreciated what you did.
Oh, my mother wasn't alive, but my father was very proud of me. I knew that.
Good. How was it readjusting to civilian life for you?
Well, back then, I can't categorize it as other people, because as I said, back then I had a very hard time because my father was dying.
Right.
I knew he would be dead in X amount of months. I had to go through the funeral. I had an older half-sister that me and her didn't get along.
Oh.
And my brother, he was into heavy drugs. So somebody had to take care of this little kid that was 8 years old at the time.
Oh, wow.
That's the only reason I got out, because I had orders actually to prom in the captain's office, and I said I can't do it. I said I have to get
At
out
home, yep.
and
Wow.
see if I can try to straighten something out of this family.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so it's totally different than, which I'm sure every person's story is different.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different reaction to somebody coming home, and somebody coming home always has a different reaction than another person.
Yeah. Did you? What did you do? Did you get a job once you got home? Did you start working right away?
Yeah.
Or must have been hard with your dad and
Yeah, it
your
was.
sister.
My dad died about 6 months after I got home.
Really?
And I stayed with him. And then, of course, I don't like talking about it, but then the insurance money was given to us, which shouldn't have been done, but because we were all foolish with money, and I didn't get to say, I spent it like a drunken sailor. So.
And you were taking care of your younger sister.
Yeah. So, but then we had a house that had to be sold. My younger sister had to go to my aunt and uncle's also because she had to be in high school and she needed an address.
Oh, I see.
So for about, I don't know, I don't know how many months it was, but then I started working for Town and Country, which was a management company. And I started as what they call superintendent of the shopping center.
Oh.
I cleaned the shopping center. It was a big title for custodian.
Wow.
But from there, I went into management. The same company went into managing condominiums.
Wow.
Before they really knew how to do that. We were one of the first companies. So I worked for Town and Country to 10 years.
10 years, huh?
Yeah. And we had maybe 3 different condominiums. Like one of them was 346 units. Another was 230 units. So we had about 1,000 units.
That was in New York, or where was it?
Yes, it's in Long Island.
Long Island.
North Hills.
North
in the
Hills.
Rosalind area.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very expensive.
Yes, yes.
So I stayed in management for 10 years. But by the end, it was like I was on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And I had a meeting because we had 7 condominiums, and my boss decided she didn't have to come to work anymore because I was there. I would end up doing 7 meetings a week, every night.
Wow.
So finally, I said, all right. I said, hi, Katie. I'm taking a week off. I've been taking my aunt and uncle to the Enterprise. I forget what day it was, but it was something for my uncle. Maybe it was Veterans Day. And I let her know, and I got beeped. I answered the beep, but it was when I got home. There was a nasty message on my machine. Why didn't I answer the beep? So I called her up and I said I quit.
Oh, jeez.
And I just quit. And then for a week I was out of work. And then I went to work for Taco Bell as the manager.
Oh.
And Taco Bell happens to be owned by PepsiCo, Pepsi-Cola, who's also being owned by Young Brand. Young Brand is on the stock 500.
Ah.
So it's very
Big.
It's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I worked for them for 20 years. Well, actually 10 years. And then I was on disability for 10 years because of my hips.
Oh.
I had to have both my hips replaced.
Oh, my gosh.
And then I had to have them revised. And so after I got done with the 10-year disability, my human resources person called me and said, well, you're retired now. I said, yeah. He says, well, what do you want to do with your pension? Now, granted, remember, I worked for Taco Bell, the fast food company. I said, what pension? He says, well, believe it or not, you get $150,000 pension.
Good for you.
You could take it at once. I took it for every month for the rest of my life. But I just happened to fall into these jobs that, you know, I mean, I was working maybe 90 hours in Taco Bell.
Wow.
And I was working like 80 hours in management. But I didn't mind. And in management, I got the vibe because it wasn't, this is just a statement. The Jewish people are very rich there. They also have me very generous at Christmas time. And they had given me my first year enough in bonuses to buy my first car.
Nice. That's wonderful. Good.
And then I retired. I stayed at home, but then I started having medical problems. And finally, I was living by myself in a great place. I don't know if you know it, Liberty Village.
No.
It's a HUD-run facility. So the rent was very low, $300 for a one-bedroom apartment.
Oh, good, yeah.
But I was living by myself, and I had a brain bleed, and one day they came in and found me on the floor.
Oh, gee.
And the doctor said, yes, I had a seizure, a really bad one. Because I ended up in the hospital for 8 days, but they had me intubated for 8 days. But when they first did it, they did it wrong. And they had to take it out and do it again, which is another reason why my voice is not regular, you know.
Wow, yeah, you've been through a lot.
So then after that, I was going to rehab, and I went to Oceanside for 2 days. That's all that left. Then I went to Emory, Emerge, and then I came here because I think I told you about the prom queen thing.
Yeah, before we started.
Yeah. Well, they had, Emerge did a senior prom for everybody. And the king of the prom was a Korean vet, World War II, Korea. And I was the queen, and I was a Vietnam vet. So Channel 2, 4, 5, 7, and 11 were there. The
Wow.
actual news, the actual channel. And somehow ran on the TV that night, and people here saw it. And they called Emerge the next day and said, no, we want her here.
Oh, that's
They had
great.
one bed.
Oh my gosh.
And they called my cousin up, and she said, we want to talk to her. My cousin emailed me, call.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so when
How
I
lucky
did,
was that?
they said, be here tomorrow at noon.
Wow.
Now I had to get rid of 8 months worth of stuff.
Yeah.
But you can be sure I got rid of it.
Yeah.
I had no idea what this place was like.
Wow.
I had never heard of it. They should really advertise this place more.
Right. Right.
Because, like I said, I had never heard of it.
And how do you feel here?
Oh, I love it. The minute I walked through the doors, I knew I was home.
Nice. Very nice.
I knew I was home. I loved it. I know people that have been here for 10 years, and they still love
They
it.
still love it. Wow.
They bend over backwards for us here.
That's wonderful. I'm
And
so
they
glad to
take
hear that.
Such good care of us.
You can tell when you walk in the building.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful atmosphere.
Yeah. Like I said, I think they got everybody here in a circle and sprinkled fairy dust over them and said, big fairy solid.
It's very obvious that it's such a good analogy. Yep.
It's terrific here.
So, Nikki, what do you think how do you think your wartime experiences affected your life?
Well, I think I understood. I understood death more than I did before I went in, because I was only. I'm trying to think of the word.
Exposed to?
Exposed to it when my mother died.
But she passed away before you went in?
Yeah, she passed away when I was 13. She was 43.
Wow.
So I think when I came in, and I lost a couple of friends.
In the service?
Yeah.
Oh.
Through this and that. It could have been an accident. It could have been they were killed in Vietnam. It could have been their own stupidity. But I was exposed to it a lot more
Wow.
while I was in. And you don't get hard on it. You can't. You can't ever. But you do understand, or at least me, I kind of understood it a little more.
Yeah. It must have been hard to go on when you heard about those incidents.
Yes, it was. I mean, to be honest, we had one friend die that was very close to Jerry and me. So when that happened, me and Jerry went and tied one on, because it was like, we couldn't believe it happened.
Yeah. Wow. Hard.
Yeah. And then it kind of doesn't, as they say, it makes you harder. I don't think that's true. I think you just learn to understand a little better.
What are some life lessons you learned from the military service?
Obey whoever's above you.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know, just say I had a very broad upbringing when I was at home. No, I think it stands true that you learn courage. I think you learn community, because if anything is community, it's the military.
Really? Yeah.
They'll said, if you're a Marine sitting over there and I'm Navy sitting over here and you have a problem, I'm going to go try to help that problem. Same with what he's going to do if I have a problem.
Nice.
So you understand community a lot more. You have honor, you have commitment, and you're loyal. I mean, I really think that's what you learn.
It's wonderful.
But I think the loyalty and the commitment, that you're a whole family, no matter what uniform you wear.
Nice.
If you wear a uniform of the military, you're part of a big family.
Very nice. How do you think your military service impacted your feelings about war and the military in general, in addition to what you just said?
I think that war is the stupidest thing in the world. I think they should go and play a foosball game or something and decide whatever their way up tops are talking about and want to discuss instead of sending good men and women out to be killed for no reason. Why? Because you want A and they want B.
Right.
No, I don't think it's right.
Right. Doesn't seem to accomplish much.
No, it doesn't. No.
What message would you like to leave for future generations who will hear this interview?
Well, as I said, I love the military. There are aspects of it that, I mean, to a point, I'm getting well in here. But, I'm sorry, what was the question you asked?
So what message would you like to leave?
That this country is the greatest country in the world. And we will do what's necessary to keep it that way. I don't like war, I don't believe in it, but because I signed up, if they had said to me, you go there and take your gun with you, I would have done it.
Did you have to carry a gun in the plane?
No.
No, when you were on duty?
Yeah, when you were on duty, because as I said, we were in a secret facility.
Right, but in the plane there were others to
Oh,
protect.
no, there were other guys that did that. I just had to take care of the cameras, thank goodness.
Anything else we haven't discussed that you'd like to add?
No, I'd just like to thank everybody that has done service for their service. And I'd like to thank everybody that's heard that they all get better, which I know is not possible.
Yeah.
And God rest the souls of the ones that didn't come back. And I hope their families are being taken care of by the military, which they should. And I hope they can not get over it, but move on with their lives.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki, for your service and your insight into all of it. It was so amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.